Okay.
Hello,
Starting with
welcome
that.
back to the Persona stream, boys and girls.
Hello.
Well, you hit the button. I have to open it up. I guess I also need to just do this, that. Okay. For some weird reason, Discord gives me a bunch of errors when I try to Steam share or stream share. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ooh.
Well, let me refresh the page so I can see how much louder the music is. Never mind, I
Music
can't
is loud
just
as
go to my
fuck, I can
channel.
hear it.
You can't find my channel by just going Lone Knight, by the way. You have to do the gaming part.
Yeah.
What happens if you just search Lone Knight?
There's apparently 20 billion people just with the name Lone Knight.
That's unfortunate.
But, like, I'm trying to think
Look.
of examples. But also, like, I mean, with online gaming, like, the term Lone Knight is common enough where I feel like there's at least 50 other channels with the name.
But none of them are Let's Players.
No, they're all mostly just kids who want to
There is
have
actually one other channel, but I think it only has one video. What the fuck was I doing? Hold on. I gotta
The question
find
I have to ask every time I come back to one of these games, what the fuck was I doing?
settings.
And they don't make it easy either. You have to go to like some like special menu to get a reminder of where you were in the like game.
Here we are. Okay, I don't care about sound effects. I don't care about that. Music is too powerful, but I will kick it down to 4, see what happens.
Um,
Alright.
that's. But
Anyways,
anyway, like.
Let's continue
I
your
don't know, I feel like
conversation while I
you-
talk to this tiny child.
Fix the child.
This is the precious child.
He touched the child.
Oh.
Hey, big bro.
No! So as you were saying, Jack.
I just feel like there needs to be more horror crossovers. It's an untapped market.
Yeah.
Alright. I got it. Chucky versus Godzilla.
There's a Robot Chicken sketch like dangerously close to that where it's Jason versus Godzilla, and it's just like this fake trailer narrated by George Takei, and it ends with like fucking. To quote George Takei in the clip, "Oh my god, did you see that? He's swimming up the fire breath like a fucking salmon."
I'm trying to think of like good ones. Alright, I got it.
Hold on, sorry. What Kevin's doing right now feels like every time I've like had to do a babysitting job, just kind of sitting there,
Yeah.
humoring like the younger kids in whatever they're trying to do.
She's our niece. And we just ranked up because we learned more about her dead mother, so
Oh,
Oh, fun
fun
time.
conversation.
it's just
Fun
lightning.
times
You know, it gets
every
very light up until about 4. Then they're like, my mom died, or I have anxiety issues.
Hi, so tell me about yourself.
My mom's dead.
Oh,
You know,
cat died, bike got stolen, parents died, my gerbil ran away, stole all my money.
Carrots, potatoes,
I'm not knocking these games because I know for a fact these are actually a lot of fun if you're into like JRPGs. But oh my god, you do so much mundane shit in these games.
oh yeah, no, I think I have to do exams, and I don't remember anything I've learned.
You're literally sitting in the grocery store while your two party members discuss what they want to eat.
They're trying to make us curry, which apparently is supposed to be very sweet and charming. But we might
Curry?
die.
Chili peppers.
No, the act of them making curry is supposed to be sweet and charming, not the curry itself.
Yeah, I was about to say. Also, so is the Persona series just like Takeshi's Challenge, but you know, a good game?
No. Like it is like a very like fantastical game. It's just that within like the past few entries, they kind of had this idea of like leveling up your stats through your everyday life, and from an outside perspective, it looks real weird.
Yeah.
But it is a good idea.
Welcome.
Like I appreciate that like a lot of the like personas themselves, or if you go back to Shin Megami Tensei, like whatever they were called at the time, are like based on like historical or mythological figures, like demons, like deities, spirits from actual mythology.
Excuse me. No, yeah. It's actually, I kind of like the idea a lot.
Mhm.
And I always wanted to get into Persona 5, which I've heard from most diehard fans is not the best.
It's popular.
Yeah.
But it's too mainstream popular. It's not like Persona 3.
Apparently, I planted shit and they died, so that's how my life is gone.
Like I said before in the streams, like I've played a lot of the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth games, aka Diet Persona. Where it's weird because like the Digimon Story like franchise has existed for a long time at this point, and Cyber Sleuth and Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory are very blatantly like not drastic departures from the previous game's formulas, but they're definitely not like on there.
Yeah.
And that's mainly due to the fact that it's the same guys who made Persona, so a lot of the mechanics are kind of borrowed from that.
Makes sense.
It does still, and it's kind of weird. At some point, like the story series kind of diverged into two things. Because there is like still a fairly recent Digimon game that.
Fuck. This is the camping episode.
Oh boy.
We made
I was
it.
off by
We've
like
made it.
10 minutes.
Oh, God. Well,
The girls cook just
time-
Are you going to eat the curry they are making you?
You know.
come on. We know Kevin can't handle spicy food.
Dude, they're putting
Hey, what's the
salmon
matter?
and mint chocolate in this curry.
I can't wait.
No.
I don't know why.
I would rather drink the wasted milk from the milk trays at my store than eat that.
Do you see the death aura coming from that?
Yeah, I see it. I know this is kind of like a trope, especially in like
Yep.
anime and stuff like that,
Oh man.
but it's still terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh man, we need.
Whoa, really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, is he gonna die? He's dying. He's dead. Oh my god, he's dead. Imagine if he didn't get back up.
Yeah.
He's just done in the game. He's gone. He's dead.
Damn it, I didn't get to rank 10 in time.
He resurrected just to yell at them.
Well, it just didn't mix.
It's not.
I want an RPG that actually does shit like that. Whenever like a character jokingly does some shit like that to set up to do a punchline, they just don't
God.
get back up, and they're gone from the game.
That being said, I
Oh
wish
god,
we could get
I can't
this.
fake it.
You sense that something's wrong. Game over.
Everybody's dead.
Sorry. What are we gonna do?
We need.
If it was even slightly.
Let's make the curry dish for Gordon.
Oh my god. I remember that happening like a while back, like earlier into quarantine, where people were just sending him pictures of their like at-home meals,
Hey,
and he was judging the shit out of them.
come on, give us some. We're begging you.
Gordon Ramsay's slowly losing faith in
I'm on a
humanity,
diet right
seeing
now,
what shit
so
we
this
put in
is
our
all I
bodies.
made. All that you
Haha,
made?
you get it? That character's fat.
Yeah.
But
Haha,
I'm so
the fat
She
fast
guy.
actually-
up here.
Guys might have missed last episode where she broke
Dinner time's
Yosuke's
almost
bike in
over.
two.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot I was sharing.
Oh my god, what is that guy's teeth?
He is King Moron. He is the jerk teacher. And I don't know. I think that's a mustache, actually.
No, those are teeth. Those are very blatantly teeth.
It's hard because I never see his mouth open, but it might just
Yeah,
be...
no, I saw his the side of his mouth move. Those are teeth.
Oh god. I can't tell now. I always thought it was like a teeth, but then my mind's like, that has to be a mustache. Because
Nope.
no one else has those kinds of features.
No.
There's so much to unpack about his character design. There's the fucking forehead vein. There's that awful fucking haircut, and then there's the teeth.
Yeah, no, he's if James Jonah Jamerson retired and became a teacher in the country.
He looks like if Gilbert Gottfried played the guest man from Kappa Mikey.
Oh my god, that's exactly what it is.
I went as obscure with that description as I fucking could.
Fucking shout out to Cap Mikey.
Fucking a cult classic if I ever watched one. Do you want to watch Sean Schemmel basically do a dumber Goku? Here you
I
go.
watched the Nicktoons Network specifically for Kappa Mikey and Invader Zim as a kid.
Yeah.
So it's okay if I hang out here?
And then no one saw Mikey. No one saw Yoshi
Hey, Yoshi,
again.
don't worry, I won't
Yoshi
make any
walks by.
trouble
Hey
for you."
guys.
I don't know. Nicktoons Network was weird growing up because it was clearly the channel where Nickelodeon dumped all the shows they didn't really have faith in.
Didn't you say you weren't gonna
And then those shows
Alright.
didn't do well because they didn't have faith in them.
Because they dumped them on the secondary channel.
I'd roll down the hill. If you don't like it
They
here,
didn't fail
go
'cause they were
back to the
bad,
first
Nick.
year.
Why
Take
did
notes
we
of
set
the
up our
carpet.
tent here? If they moved, apparently there's a huge ass rock in that corner, and if they moved it even slightly
Is
to
that
the
why
right,
it's like lifted up like that?
yeah, and if they moved the tent slightly to the right, you'd roll downhill.
Speaking as a former Boy Scout, these guys suck at camping.
This is why you don't let high schoolers
Whether
camp
your
without a
teacher's some
Boy
guy called
Scout.
King Moron, that guy stopped me
No,
outside earlier and he pissed me off.
When I was a Cub Scout as a kid, I was a stupid fucking kid because whenever we'd be on like a camping trip and we'd be at a campfire, I would sit way too close to the campfire and I'd come away and it looked real fucked up because my entire face was covered in soot.
Oh,
Check this out, right?
I just had.
I won't say how that looked, but y'all can fill in the gaps.
The
No.
one reason I could never graduate from like, I think second to first was because I'm an underwater swimmer, and apparently I have to like stay above the water because I kept trying to go down underwater and sit, but I was also struggling to actually showing my swim skills, so the person thought I was drowning. So I never got to join them on like the inner tube ride. I just kind of stayed and read a book because I couldn't pass the swim test because of my style of swimming.
King Moron
Jesus.
was talking about Ms. Yama?
Yeah, no, I remember. I don't remember if it was. I think it was for Boy Scouts at some point. They had us like do a test at a local community pool to make sure we could tread water.
No, this
So
was
they
a
had us
fucking
get in
joke for
fully
me.
clothed just to see if we could like stay above water for a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Not that I remember anything he said.
Yeah, no, this was a
My-
full fucking lake, and then there was a day where they bullied me and threw me in a lake, but it was fine. I think we
Oh.
bullied someone else and threw them in a lake. I think my brother was in on it too, because he's a dick.
Cool. We both got bullied for during shit like that because when I was a kid, well, not kid, I was like in my early teens, so this was Boy Scouts at this point. We went on a spelunking trip to these local like cave systems, which on its own very cool. However, myself and the Scoutmaster's son of all people got duct taped to the flagpole.
That's awful.
I wish I had such
Well, it was
simplicity.
worse for him because he got pantsed before they did it.
Oh no.
I got pulled in by association because I was the witness.
I wish I had such simplistic goals as Kanji here right now, though.
see my early members of
Finding
the
the
Cub Scouts
penguin
was
and Animal Crackers.
I went camping once with them. Hated it. Wanted to go home and watch Naruto. So I was like, oh, I'm scared. So my dad could take me home
Jesus.
just so I can watch the new Naruto episode.
That's all you got.
No, I've definitely had some miserable camping experiences. Thankfully, not bullying related unlike that time. For example, one time, I think this was like late Cub Scouts or like when I just joined Boy Scouts. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah.
It got so cold while where we were camping that we couldn't cook our food.
Oh no.
Like it was so cold it would not cook over the flame. Like we had a portable grill and it wouldn't cook.
Jesus Christ.
And then the next morning, a few of us, myself included, got stuck in our tents because the zippers to the tents had frosted shut.
Holy shit.
It was fucking ridiculous.
It's the worst.
And then the spelunking trip, actually, again, it was fairly cold. I think this was around like fall up in like Virginia mountains. So it was fairly cold at the time. Each of the like cabins we were in had like these old Franklin stoves, and that was our only source of heat in the entire cabin.
I'll just be like, this really is not my place.
Don't get me wrong. I know I'm making this sound bad. I actually very much enjoy camping. I haven't done it in years though. I wish I would.
I wish I got more into camping as a kid.
I went camping a few times actually. It was fun, but then I was always scared that a bear or something would pop its head in the tent.
That's so.
That's why you bring bear mace.
It's also like very not likely to happen.
No, it's not.
Might have knocked us on.
That reminds me, while we're on the topic of the outdoors, some years ago, my family took a trip out to Wyoming, and while we were out there, we did a day trip through Yellowstone Park. It was in the middle of winter, because we were out there like visiting some friends and going skiing.
Yeah.
And one thing they told us about, like, there was a lot of notable shit that happened on the tour through Yellowstone. One thing they told us about is they have I'm not sure if it's still alive, they have this grizzly out there that is just so old it's stopped hibernating and just kind of wanders around the woods during winter.
Oh.
Additionally, a male bison wandered right next to our snow cab, which, if you don't understand why that's horrifying, I don't know how to explain that properly.
Let's see. Bison are big as fuck.
Well, and male bison are particularly aggressive.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't. He just came in.
We're fairly confident the only reason it didn't just charge us was because it like had a limp in its leg, like it had gotten in a fight with another one.
You know, if we woke him up, he
Like, it walked right up next to us and past us.
Makes no sense. He busted into your
That was terrifying.
Have you ever seen the video of the newscaster who was out by I think it was the same place you were at, and he saw the bison maybe like 10 feet away. He was like, "Oh no, I'm not going near you."
Dude, you're already too close, 10 feet
just
away.
hands over, and they're right there. It's like a whole horde.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that in every way imaginable.
The anchor just looks so fucking horrifying.
But why is terrifying teacher in your tent?
He's not.
Is he in your
he's
tent?
outside the tent. If he was in the tent, we would have been busted because there's a guy's side and a girl's side. But they knocked Kanji out in the tent. I mean, he fell unconscious in the tent, totally not knocked out from
Jesus.
surprise.
Let's see what else happened. We stopped alongside this one creek and saw a pack of wolves eating an elk.
Oh.
Oh, lovely.
No, that was actually cool.
No, it is cool, but also,
And further down the same creek, we saw a bobcat stalking a duck. We didn't see how it ended, but we could assume.
no.
Oh boy.
You better not try any funny stuff.
That's depressing. I
Well,
actually,
that-
like,
That
dedicated
poor
my mind to
bobcat.
actually listen to the story instead of reading the text, which is why I'm so quiet. But god damn it, that's the most depressing part.
Well, no, honestly, the story of how important the wolves are to Yellowstone is actually really fascinating because for a time, their numbers were seriously diminished by farmers in the area hunting them.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the wolves would people would expand their where they were living. The wolves would get driven further back, and eventually they'd be desperate enough to eat livestock. So because of that, the population of wolves in Yellowstone diminished, and the other populations that they would usually prey on, namely deer, got seriously overpopulated.
Yeah,
Uh,
taking a swim?
And so some years ago, they started doing a program to like reintroduce the wolves back into Yellowstone, and it's done wonders for the ecology in the park.
I believe it. I was reading something about like how farmers and such hunting down wolves to keep their livestock has actually done worse for their livestock.
I mean, it's. I understand what their logic was, but ultimately, like the wolves are very necessary to that like food chain.
Extremely.
We get it all.
But
Let me guess. Yosuke, I think his name is, brought pervy swimsuits for the girls.
Basically Yosuke had this whole thing planned out from day one.
Girls in bikinis.
Pick wisely.
See, it actually worked.
I watched The Great Outdoors with John Candy the other night.
And by it actually worked, I mean we're not dead. That's what I meant.
That movie is highly underrated for 80s comedies.
I mean, it's John Candy. He's fantastic.
Let me just
It's
check
John
the log
Candy.
real quick.
So the movie's about John Candy, his wife, and his sons going up to a nice camping lodge up in I think it's in
Damn it.
Canada. I'm not sure. And then his brother-in-law, played by Dan Aykroyd, comes up with his wife and their daughters, and they're like really rich and snobby.
Oh,
And they
Yep.
just intrude on their vacation.
oh that's
No,
the one
it's
with the
a
bald bear, right?
great movie.
The ending's great because there's a spoilers if you haven't seen a movie from the 80s. But fucking John Candy grabs a shotgun. And this video is a bear attacking their cabin. John Candy gets
Oh yeah, it is that movie.
He fires a shotgun at the bear's ass, blasts off all the fur, and there's just a fake human ass like taped onto this real bear. And it just hauls ass crying out of the cabin.
Yeah.
Just at the awesome movie because it's the funniest shit I've seen.
Yeah. Also,
Like,
we're
dude,
fucked no matter
one
what we
thing
pick
is-
here, so...
There was
Wait, what-
this circle of 80s comedic actors that all kind of knew each other and worked together constantly.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the best thing you could have. I mean, we definitely had that in like the 2000s with like Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson.
Hey.
It's good to have like that circle of actors and comedians who know how to play off each other per movie.
Actually, speaking of like comedic classics, like we were talking recently how Netflix added the remake of The Producers, which the original is a fantastic Mel Brooks movie about this Broadway producer and this accountant who kind of team up to pull this giant fraud where they like will produce the worst Broadway show on earth in order to collect a ton of money on the side when it flops.
A beautiful
so-
idea.
So they produce the most offensive script they can find, Springtime for Hitler.
You're right, forgot about that part.
And let me clarify this. I don't dislike the remake. I just think, and I'm sure this is a lot of people's issue with it, it's so clearly inferior to the original that kind of hurts its reputation.
And that's gonna happen to most remakes.
Because it's got a lot of actors who I think are very funny. Like it's got Will Ferrell as the writer for Springtime for Hitler, who's like this clearly like secret like hiding away in New York Nazi.
Matthew Broderick's there.
Matthew Broderick is the accountant.
I like Matthew Broderick enough. I don't think he's great, but I can tolerate him in movies.
Nathan Lane is the main producer.
Oh my god, Nathan Lane. Forgot about him.
I love Nathan Lane.
I do too, but like, I can only think of two movies I really liked him in, and it was Birdcage and The Lion King.
Well, he's also done some stuff on Broadway. Like he was in the original cast of Addams Family on Broadway. He was Gomez.
I thought you were gonna say Kinky Boots for some reason.
Well, no, I mainly use that example because I recently found the soundtrack for Addams Family Broadway, and it is great.
Oh god, fucking Broadway's so fucking bizarre to me.
I was always like, my parents kind of told me they thought I would have been a theater kid, and yet somehow I never ended up being a theater kid, and I can understand that.
I mean, I think all three of us, to some degree, have some connection to theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never got as into it as I think I would have.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love like a number of Broadway shows. I've been lucky enough to see a few of them. Part of that comes from a few family trips up to New York City throughout my life, and part of that comes from living within driving distance of the Kennedy Center in DC.
Now, be honest, how many of them were Disney shows?
Only two.
Wow.
I've seen The Lion King on Broadway, because of course, and I saw Aladdin on Broadway.
Oh, you mean the show I blew my chances of date on because I didn't want to go to it?
Dude, in Aladdin on Broadway, at least in the original cast with which I saw, Jafar was played by Jafar's actor from the movie.
Oh, that's badass. I can't even get mad at that.
Well, and there's sort of a weird loop with his performance in that. Basically, when they were first making the movie Aladdin, the artists kind of based Jafar's like expressions and mannerisms on his actors, like sort of what he'd do in the voice booth, in the sound booth.
Yeah.
And then flash forward to them making the Broadway show, he kind of based his acting and mannerisms on the animation.
That's
So
fucking
it sort of
awesome.
does a sort of loop back.
It's the circle of life.
I've told you this before, I was very lucky to see the preview version of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, which is so much worse than the later version.
So, who got hurt?
No one, shockingly.
Wow.
I know.
I saw I saw Wicked when Idina Menzel was still the witch.
Oh,
Yeah, that was cool.
Um,
I didn't know who the fuck she was, but it was cool.
I've seen Warhorse, which was very interesting to see because of the puppetry is amazing.
I didn't even know Warhorse was a fucking musical play.
Yeah, well, it's not a musical, but it's a Broadway show.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, it might be a musical. I can't remember. It was years ago that I saw it. And I saw The Book of Mormon, which was fantastic.
Fucking Book of Mormon's great.
And I was very lucky at the beginning of this year in January. I was able to go up to New York to see Beetlejuice on Broadway, which
Awesome.
it was a fantastic show. Tragically, even if this whole COVID situation didn't happen, they were going to be kicked out of their theater in June.
Wow.
I know, it's a travesty. Although, from the looks of it, assuming COVID doesn't impact this plan too much, they have some plan of going forward. They just haven't said what. So I don't think this is the last with you.
No, they'll probably go on tour or something like that.
I would want to believe that, but there's also a complication in that some of their sets are.
Yep.
Yo.
Hey, there he is.
Why'd you guys get so
You've been to
quiet?
school pretty often lately. What's up?
Guys? Oh no!
It's this annoying
No!
thing called the mandatory attendance policy.
Okay, so I'm fine. Discord seems to have crashed though. One moment, fans. Okay, so
Yeah, your Discord crashed. We were so confused.
I don't know. I got a bunch of errors while streaming it to you guys apparently.
Really funny.
Whoops, hold on. Stop streaming.
Oh, feedback. What? Did you guys?
I heard you.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of errors for some weird reason, so I'm gonna let you guys view the capture. Okay.
It's just infinitely looping the audio.
I don't know why. Discord's been crashing a lot lately, and I don't know why.
Man, seeing you here
I'm just glad the stream's alright. No! It went black! Okay, never mind. That's just me clicking back on.
And now we can never go back.
I thought we were all gonna forget about what happened.
We're really just gonna let that joke. We're really just gonna let that joke
Turn
die.
your radio down.
Alright.
Turn your radio down.
She was just getting
Okay, let's just
popular.
pull together.
Just goes to
Wait,
prove
who's
that
radio?
being an idol.
I know Rise quit her job as a teen idol, but we can't focus on that right now. We need to focus and recuperate. You guys continue your story. I will not be devastated by the loss of a teen fan.
Am I the only one?
Maruku?
You're the only one who what?
Hello?
I'm
Hello?
hearing I'm hearing everything we're saying. Oh, you know what it is? I have YouTube open in the background on the stream. I was confused as hell.
Yeah.
Maruku?
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's fucking
I lost
hilarious.
controller support.
Also, are we really just gonna let my joke die there?
Our inn was serving.
And Kevin's like,
Place in the
we
shopping
went black,
district.
and I went, and we'll
Does
never
that
go
mean
back.
Oh,
Well, no, I was confused as hell because I just kept hearing everything we were saying at like a couple seconds delay, and I thought there was an issue with our audio. It turns out I just opened the YouTube stream to make sure we were still going, and I forgot to close it.
Then you closed it, you thought you figured it out, and then you kept hearing it echo, and you're like, what the fuck's going
She's been
on?
an idol for a while now.
Then I realized this isn't my house. Where am I?
That's not my beautiful car,
What's that
and that's
supposed
not my beautiful life.
Letting the days go by. Best cover of that song is the Kermit the Frog cover.
Let's do it.
Damn it.
Of course.
He's all pumped up.
That is a real thing that exists.
I like the Billy and Mandy version.
Wait, Billy, you want to go on a picnic after last time?
Pass the egg salad. Somebody help me.
That's such a great bit, especially with the payoff.
I cannot do Richard Hort. Is it Hortz?
Horvitz, I think?
Yeah, I cannot do his voice for the
I
life.
mean, it's a very hard to imitate voice.
Fucking. Whose voice was I practicing today? Because whenever I'm in the fridge at work, I always just like practice my voice talents, my quote unquote.
Weezer?
And meanwhile, and every time I do it, someone opens the door to grab milk, and they'll get like a good clip of me just like going like, "Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here."
And you just have to look them in the eyes while they walk away slowly.
Basically, sometimes I'll be singing a Pink Guy song, and they'll open it around a really raunchy lyric,
Wonderful.
and I'll just have to stand there like, I want to die. It's not as bad as my manager walking in on me singing the fun song in my SpongeBob voice.
Oh, yeah.
What? Why do you think I only sing in the shower when I know there's no one else home?
Ugh, I never risk it. I never risk that.
Yeah, no. No, that's very relatable, though. I think... I don't know. I'm still stuck on the image of you singing Pink Guy and someone just walking into the fridge, finding you there, and then just backing away slowly, not even taking whatever they came in for.
Just opens fridge door. Dan Schneider, bring all my bitches back. I need all my bitches, and your shit get put out as whack. That's not even the worst part of that song. still can't believe we showed Kevin a meme of the evolution of the little guys from Among
Oh
Us
yeah, the bean evolution.
to Fall Guys to Pink Guy. And Kevin called him Filthy Frank, but it's not Frank, it's Pink Guy, Kevin.
They are two different entities.
Canonically speaking, in the Filthy Frank book, Pink Guy kills Frank.
Bravo to Joji for managing to publish a novel-length shitpost.
A book where sections of it feel like they were ripped right out of the Filthy Frank show, and other sections are really, really messed up descriptions of Frank's life.
It's such a fucking surreal character to describe to people. You sound like a psychopath trying to do so.
I don't think you can. Like, okay, he's this guy who's racist, homophobic, transphobic, hates vegans, hates white people, hates black people, hates Asian people, hates weeaboos. He hates basically everybody. But he's the good guy.
And the sad part of that is, even though that's blatantly satire, some people took it seriously.
The wrong people took it seriously.
Yep. And that's why he sticks to Joji now.
What was funny too is I was looking at a tweet. You probably tweeted this. I don't remember, but it was one of the earliest posts Joji made, and it was when he bought the pink unitard for Pink Guy. And he was like, "Get ready, internet fame, here I come," as like a joke. And then the next picture is a Joji billboard in Times Square.
I,
The evolution of man.
It's something surreal about, especially, I think the dumbest thing I've ever seen come out of Filthy Frank is when the Harlem Shake became popular.
Oh, the worst part of the show.
Yeah, basically. When the world missed the point.
It was just him and his friends doing stupid shit, and it led to probably one of the worst things The Simpsons have ever put out.
Oh god, don't remind me.
Oh, God.
oh boy. Man, isn't it great having an RPG game where 2 episodes or streams worth of game has no battling in it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the drawback to this series.
Yeah, my brother and I really like the game because of the visual novel aspect, but I'm basically using this fox because he heals my team.
We should play a horse girl visual novel game.
God, please stop.
Alright.
Doki Doki Literature Club, anybody?
Well, I'm gonna step away for a minute to get a drink. I'll be back.
I'll also take this time to go get a drink.
Oh, cool. I'll cover for you guys. Did they not notice Miss Dollface? I don't want to talk about it because Dollface could be considered offensive in this day and age, but she literally had the face of a doll is what I meant by that. That's not a good start off to being alone, but you know how life is. Sometimes you talk right, sometimes you don't. And is there a bus that I can dig myself underneath? Because I found one, and it's just my own talking voice. Kevin, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know! Where is this person that needs some friends?
So, a while back, my family discovered this local, well, not local, just this brand of small brand of ice cream sandwiches that show up in some stores every now and then. And they're amazing. They're literally just ice cream sandwiches with cookies on the side, but each they sell different combos that's different cookies and different flavors of ice cream. And the greatest one we found, it's salted caramel ice cream between 2 snickerdoodles.
Really?
It is addicting.
I went to go pee and I returned with Yoo-Hoo and Haribo Twin Snake Gummies.
So Tim, I was just describing, I want your feedback to this. A ice cream sandwich that is salted caramel ice cream between two snickerdoodles.
Oh,
Yeah.
I came.
I think the company that makes them is like, they're called Cool Jacks. They're like based somewhere in the Northeast, I think.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Jack.
Yes, haha.
Haha. it has
My family has made that joke enough.
Yes, but that's your family, and this is me.
Ooh, are we actually gonna do something?
Eventually.
We're
yeah.
seeing stuff happening on the TV.
We're not degenerates.
I was gonna say, is your character watching porn?
Answer the question, Kevin.
Well, you guys weren't there for the whole kanji ordeal.
Oh god, what happened with Kanji?
He found his masculinity.
Oh no.
That is a concerning sentence.
And his palace might have been a sauna.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, did you hear? You know the tofu store? Serious?
Yep.
I've been hearing that there's
So,
a big
Kevin, I'm still dead serious about making you play Dead Space next
Oh,
month. I will pay
yeah.
the $20 for it myself if I have to.
Okay, fine.
What's that look
Yes.
I got money for it.
Especially because I have played through that game multiple times, and I know what's going to happen most of the time, and I can just enjoy it.
Okay. Can I ask one
can-
question? Are there limited amounts of bullets?
Well, shall we run an
I mean,
investigation?
it's a good survival horror game, so you have a gun, you have guns, but you do have to conserve your ammo in some kind. You have to think about what you're going to do.
I'm a really bad shot. Is that a problem? Oh, hey, Adachi.
There, some of the guns will help you out with that.
Oh,
Like, for example, your main weapon throughout most of the game is called the plasma cutter. It literally shoots in a little, like, a short little line.
don't you know?
And the idea is with the enemies in that game, you can't just shoot them and let them die. You have to, like, dismember them.
Cool.
Oh, well,
Normal zombie rules. You can't just shoot them once and expect them to be dead. You have to immobilize them.
Great.
I wasn't trying to scare them.
Unless, of course, that game is Dead Rising.
I haven't played Dead Rising in years. I don't even dislike the series. I just haven't played it in a while.
All right, clear out.
Yep.
I think we should make Kevin play the scariest game.
Oh.
Sonic 6.
I cannot play any scary games. Like legit scary games. I will have nightmares.
Like it's any.
Especially Sonic 6.
I remember I bought just for like any like Halloween-esque streams or Let's Plays we do. I bought Eternal Darkness.
Oh.
I
Is that
tested
so-
it out. It's pretty creepy.
Oh, well, who wouldn't
It's
want
the
to
right
come
kind
check
of
it out
creepy.
if they? I'm.
But remember.
I mean, like, I feel like for a hot minute, like, last year, the popular horror game to stream was Resident Evil 7. Especially if you had a VR set.
Are you guys?
Oh
well, they
man,
did take. we can't
RE7.
just tell them if we say anything
I've
about
played
the
it
other
for a
world-
bit. I like
Yeah.
it enough. I don't know if I want to keep playing it.
Man, there's no one in there but the
Not
other
like in like
I
a
heard
oh
that
I'm
she really is
scared way,
already
but in
here.
like a
But
I
well,
just kind of lost interest way.
I can kind of understand that. So I was actually,
A rumor.
I'm very frustrated right now because
Anyways, now
I was doing like, so you know how like Xbox and PlayStation, they'll like they both now have their like
that's considerate of you.
streaming services where you can like pay this membership fee and you'll be able to stream like all these games.
Yeah.
Is it the kind with the rice cake?
So
There's no
I picked
rice.
up PlayStation's like free trial they give you every couple of months, in order to try to trick you into buying it. And I was very disappointed to find out something. Basically, they seem to have an issue with like
Sure enough.
they don't want to carry anything prior to the PS3,
Excuse me.
Yes.
which is very annoying when it comes to the Silent Hill series, because that means they only have 3 titles for Silent Hill, and they're not good. They have Silent Hill Homecoming, which is like when it got handed over to a studio and into an action horror game. Not a good game. They have Silent Hill Downpour, which I think gets more crap than it deserves. It mainly gets a lot of crap because it was like very like technically faulty when it came out.
Wow.
Makes sense, but yeah.
And then they have the Silent Hill HD collection, which the name sounds good, right?
No.
See, the problem with the Silent Hill HD collection, it's a like I think it's a ground up remake of 2 and 3, where they just really fucked up in a few aspects. The most like pointed out one whenever you hear someone talking about the HD collection. So in the Silent Hill games, the early games especially, they had the like idea of this fog covering the whole town of Silent Hill, and that was created out of necessity because the games didn't have very far draw distance.
Yeah.
They removed the fog in Silent Hill HD Remake because they thought, we don't have that technical limitation anymore, so there's no reason to keep the fog.
So this is one of the most iconic parts of the games.
Yes.
Cool. Here's the question.
Well, we're not.
Is Silent
You know,
Hill
there's been
still set
We think the people who appear
in the
there.
town where Kindergarten Cop was filmed?
I know this is.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was just Kindergartner the game, but like,
I was tired yesterday.
What?
And it was raining.
you guys never
so
heard
I
of
just-
Kindergartner the game?
All right.
No.
No.
We should play that
Oh
game
wait, is
some-
this the one with
There
that?
you go.
What's his name?
There's
Nugget.
a-
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Tim, to fill you in, Kindergartner is this like weird like game where you play as a kindergartner. It's a very darkly humorous
Thank you very
game.
much. Your receipt's in the bag.
Where you basically are trying to survive kindergarten with all these like nut jobs that operate the place and go there.
Oh.
You do know that there have been multiple.
Like the janitor is very blatantly a serial killer. There's a kid named Nugget who dug a giant pit under the sandbox where he keeps a literal mountain of chicken nuggets.
I'm planning on going to.
There's a bully kid who will literally stab you.
I might be. I've been told
Oh
that
my god.
it was.
I'll
the
get
guys.
to it.
They were
It's a
wearing-
wild
One
game.
of them happened to look.
I love how this went from
Wait,
Kindergarten
you think she's
Cop
talking-
starring Arnold Schwarzenegger to a game where a kindergartner stabs another kindergartner.
Well, so now, to answer your question regarding Kindergarten Cop, I don't believe so.
Recent
'Cause
disappearances.
Unless I'm misremembering, the most recent Silent Hill game,
Followed my
at least sort of, again, I could easily be wrong and I'm just misremembering, was Shattered Memories on the Wii. Which, honestly, not as bad as... It was actually pretty good despite how Silent Hill on the Wii makes you think.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of a reimagining of the original Silent Hill. But I'm pretty sure they changed the layout of the town, so no longer the town where Kindergarten Cop was filmed.
Then what's the point?
We sure have a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I think
You visited
it
Rise
will
Comic-Con.
be interesting to see Kevin's reaction to Dead Space, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am very excited.
Also, Dojima's onto us, so that's...
Forget it.
Oh no, is he a cop?
Yeah.
But wait, you're not even like a criminal like you
Well,
are
we
in
may
5.
or may not have been arrested for
Character
for one of our friends stupidly bringing fake weapons into a convenience store and swinging them around.
Why?
Here. how
And
are
we
you
technically
finishing?
don't even work for the cops.
Well,
Okay,
then.
but like, I don't understand why the cops give a shit. Because like, at least in 5, you're like the Phantom Thieves. It makes sense for the police to give a shit.
Well, basically, we were acting mighty suspicious bringing some weapons, and then, like, all this shit starts happening. And then the people who we save join our group, so any detective with, like, 3 brain cells could figure out that they've been joining our group.
And you're back to watching porn.
This is the unfortunate part about this whole saga.
That every time your character stands in front of the TV, it looks like he's watching porn.
Hey, we
Me watching anime when no one's in the room, fighting,
Yeah.
great dialogue. Me watching anime when someone walks in, talking porn.
Mom, it's not what it looks like. It's
and
anime.
theoretically, this is what's on everybody's mind right now. Because supposedly that channel reflects the collective unconscious. So everybody in this whole town is thinking about that.
Well, Kevin, what's on your mind?
Wait, so
I want to
Kevin,
solve
you
this
said-
damn
Old
case.
Town is horny.
It had to be it even showed her face this
No.
That's what you just implied.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what you-
thinking about everybody in this town, in the game. I wasn't thinking about myself.
No, I said, are you saying everyone in this town is horny?
Probably. I thought you were talking about me and I panicked, so I defended myself.
Why'd you panic, though?
Why'd you panic, Kevin?
Are you horny?
Because I wasn't. And I have to protect my reputation.
What's her name?
Whose name?
Exactly.
To steer away from that topic, because I'm pretty sure Kevin's gonna have a panic attack if we keep doing this.
I'm not having a panic attack, you're having a panic attack.
Teddy said
Uh-huh.
that it might work, but I didn't
I'm
understand
obeying the
all of it.
law.
The one
I
that
saw
person
a
chose
video
to be
recently who made a very good
Maybe the
point
victim's true
of
feelings
all
are
the
shown up.
Disney series out there.
We
For
said,
some
"You
reason,
know,
Lilo and
if you
Stitch has a
really
lot of
love you, you
weird,
can't
like,
tell who it is."
follow-ups.
How do you explain
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
always
does.
happens before
No,
the
like, I
person
like the
disappears.
movie,
Like,
but why?
The original movie is great. I honestly love Lilo and Stitch. But then,
ask the
let's
killer.
break that down. We have
Is it possible
Lilo
that
and
you see
Stitch
those
2. We have Stitch the
images?
movie.
Maybe what
Stitch
we
has a
see is the
glitch.
culprit's-
Or no, we have Stitch the movie, then we have
Killer
Stitch
can
2,
fool
Stitch
people
has a
with the
glitch.
TV after all.
So, when the
Then
Maybe I'm
Lilo
getting
and
those
Stitch.
confused.
I don't
No, it's
Well,
Lilo and
I
Stitch
with
2
it.
is
Well,
Stitch
see,
has a
that's the
glitch,
basis
and then
of the
there's
entire
Stitch the
world.
movie, which is the
Like, it's
basically the
mixed
pilot
up
for the
mind.
show Lilo and Stitch the series. And then there's the anime. That's right, anime, which aired in Japan, I think, where it's like a completely different girl that this supposedly takes place after Lilo and Stitch in that whole series.
And
And
then,
now apparently there's also a Chinese animated series where it's another completely different girl.
but I think we're missing the best one.
Teddy's explanations have
Leroy
so many
Stitch.
maybes in them that I
Leroy
can't
and
look-
Stitch, Stitch 2. Because again, there's Lilo and Stitch and Lilo and Stitch 2, and then there's Stitch and Stitch 2. Because that's not confusing at all.
Well, I know there's a shitload of people who've got my number.
Basically,
How about
fuck
you,
you.
Yukiko-senpai?
Xbox called they want their naming convention back.
Hey,
Fast and
Yukiko,
Furious.
there's always a
Final
possibility
Fantasy
we're
called
trying
it
to
want their
think of
naming
a
convention
common
back.
grudge somewhere.
Rest in peace to all the fucking game retailers coming up who have to explain to a lot of confused parents that the Xbox One X and S are not the same as the Xbox Series X and S.
Good luck.
Hell yeah.
I genuinely feel bad for them. This is going to be a rough November.
Yeah.
We
All
gotta
because
go.
Microsoft wanted
You
to be
said it.
difficult.
There's no better meal. Oh,
God, if only like there was a major console developer out there who named theirs like in order, like I don't know, 1, 2,
You guys finished
3,
yet?
4, and maybe 5.
No. 3, 4, 4 Pro, 5.
Portable Vita 5.
huh? Oh,
Then there's Nintendo, who at least
Maybe
tries
deserve
to make their console names sound
I mean,
different.
it's nothing major.
Sometimes.
And they don't
So,
they don't
kids
like
up to?
repeat naming
we were just about
conventions.
to head over to the
Sometimes.
I mean,
Oh.
the only one I can think of is like the Wii and Wii U and the NES and SNES.
Come on, he's a detective
I got
on
one.
active duty.
DS, 3DS.
Fine. But that was an actual progression. But all three of those examples were actual progressions.
Game Boy Advance.
Still a progression.
If you want to get technical, Game Boy Color, but
Don't stop the culprit.
Game Boy Color, Game Boy Light, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP.
Come on out, you bastard. We're
SP is the best Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Has a backlight and isn't Japan exclusive.
Yep.
Who's there?
Oh, and how could I forget the Game Boy Micro?
No.
What do you
Never
mean?
that.
Nah.
Never the micro. Can't even play Game Boy games. Only Game Boy Advance games.
The greatest challenge of my childhood was finding out that the new DS didn't have a Game Boy slot.
If the
To which
suspect
we
gets
all
injured, the
came
police will be
together
held
and sang.
respons-
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
Yeah.
How are we? Come on.
You ever seen the video where it's the ending to Furious 7, but in Vin Diesel's car it's Joji, in Paul Walker's car it's the pink guy,
I have not.
and as it cuts to them driving away, like going down different paths, you just hear pink guy go, "Hey boss,
Yep, you're the culprit, all right. All right.
videos,
I don't know what I expected.
We'll hear your story.
videos that make you ugly cry and laugh.
It's not a crime in this country to take secret pictures.
There's a worse version of that where they're all on the beach and it's supposed to be them watching Paul Walker play with the kid, and instead it's just Frank. That's beautiful. Fuck you.
Let's just check, see. Well, actually, I don't know how long we've been running, but like, I'm just gonna let this sentence sit here for.
What happened?
Hey, don't you understand what's happening?
Oh
here?
God!
You're in possession
The
of
character
weapons.
said, "I know for a fact it's not a crime for the government to take secret pictures."
Come with me. We'll talk about
No,
this later.
I know it's for a fact that to take illegal pictures because he was up in a telephone pole.
Wow, that went better than I gotta thank you guys. Oh, but you really should stop getting involved with this stuff.
What
Come on.
is?
It is a very good game. It is the combination of a visual novel and an RPG.
Yes, Kevin, but why must I endure this?
Because plot and possibly girlfriends.
Hey, we should let.
What?
That's just
Yeah.
what makes me
You
wanna
know
cry.
that's part of the reason for those guys.
Oh, did you come to see Risa?
Huh?
She does that sometimes. You must forgive her.
She.
Persona?
Come on, you worry.
More like
If
Persona.
you'll excuse me.
Yeah. Thanks, officer.
She left without saying anything.
That's my fake laugh.
Yeah.
I love. What was I watching?
Yeah. Also,
I was
believe it
watching-
or not, we caught the wrong
Can't find her
killer.
in-
Oh, good job.
Wait, that implies the guy you caught still killed people. It just wasn't the killer you were looking
No,
for.
he was doing something worse and probably more illegal in this country.
Well,
Like, I caught the wrong.
The weatherman
I
says
caught the
it's
wrong
gonna rain
murderer. I
tonight.
didn't catch Ted Bundy.
So
I
let's just
catch
keep our
John
faith.
Wayne Gacy. Ugh.
He's not a murderer. He just was taking pictures secretly.
Welcome.
He's a big fan of Reset. Do I have to spell it out even further without implementing any trouble?
No.
Oh, come on, you're just gonna let that die? That was great.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you caught George McFly.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we've talked about that before on the podcast. Or I called this a podcast because that's basically what it becomes.
Yeah, essentially. That's all these things kind of turn into, because, like,
But
I just
I'm-
basically have to focus. The plot doesn't really matter.
I may have talked about this before on the stream, but the first Back to the Future, if it didn't have the other two movies backing it up, would be very, very unfortunate.
Yep.
Because it's got some creepy shit going on.
Yeah, YouTube, please don't demonetize me.
My mom.
Kevin.
Wants to fuck me. My mom wants to fuck me.
I'm pressing X as fast as I can.
Your character is watching porn.
To make things worse, the next palace is a strip club.
Oh, good.
So you don't even need us to make this episode not family friendly.
Nope.
Well,
Well, yeah, but at least we get to fight shit again.
Woo!
in a strip club.
We are only an hour in, so we can actually see some RPG work.
Yay!
Welcome to the Muppet Show, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we need to think of movies where the entire cast, except for one human, is a Muppet.
I love them.
Man, don't you just love good, wholesome Christian content? Like the Muppets.
Are
No,
you kidding me? No. I want to dispel that platform to dispel this rumor. Anyone who said the Muppets are kids, the pilot of the Muppet Show is called The Muppets Sex and Violence. There is an incredibly clip of Jim Henson with Rolf the dog on the Arsenio Hall show where Rolf calls Arsenio a son of a bitch.
I couldn't figure it out.
Jim Henson had a dirty sense of humor and he loved implementing it. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise.
Yeah, remember, the Muppets originally were featured on Saturday Night Live.
No, that's not true at all. I'm very I have a little bit of pride in this. The Muppets actually first started as part of as a block network called Sam and Friends. Most of it consisted of the Muppets just kind of lip syncing to popular songs at the time and doing little skits within that. The SNL stuff didn't come until much later.
Oh, okay, so they did eventually show up.
In fact, the stuff that was on SNL was a very specifically made for that section. That honestly wasn't very popular.
Oh yeah, no, they fucking hated the Muppets.
I can't tell for
I
sure.
love
But I think
reading the
I'll be able to
book.
find her.
It's kind of telling how they didn't really like Jim Henson because
There's a
they would
lot-
punish writers by making them do the Muppet sketch of that week.
Thank you. I'll try it.
There's just like this weird hatred that early SNL actors had for the Muppets, or at least.
No, sorry, continue.
No, that's it.
No, yeah. So Henson produced this special segment with unique Muppets for SNL called called the Land of Gorch, which was like this alien planet or something. I don't know, I think there was one or two times where Kermit the Frog himself showed up on SNL, but I don't think that was related. I'm not sure.
All right, I got it. The Exorcist, but it's all Muppets, except for the girl.
I wanted to know which Muppet was gonna have their head turn around and projectile vomit.
Fine. Fine. The one priest gets to be the human.
Who's the other priest?
Fozzie.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Fozzie's the one that jumps out the window.
Oh, you know what would be fantastic? If the Muppet that got possessed was Bean Bunny. For those who don't know, Bean Bunny was a Muppet created in I think it was the 90s? Where his sole purpose was to be obnoxiously cute.
Oh yeah, that one.
Which would usually translate to being so obnoxiously cute they could get away with doing a lot of mean shit to Bean Bunny.
Well then.
He'd be usually the victim of a lot of slapstick or something like that. In fact, at Muppet Vision 3D at Disney World, he's a major character in the show. And there's a scene, basically the whole bit is he keeps trying to help with the Muppet Vision production when no one really wants his help. Right down to him trying to help Miss Piggy's big musical number. She gets kind of pissed.
Fucking roundhouses his ass.
She doesn't roundhouse him. She does kick him in the side when he... Basically, a lot of... she's doing this whole musical number, and Bean's trying to enhance the atmosphere by either, blowing bubbles or by, having a little butterfly on a string, like flapping around. But he keeps wandering into shot while trying to do that.
I do think my favorite pitch for the all Muppets, except for one human cast, will always be Evil Dead.
Oh my god, yes.
Just Bruce Campbell fighting Muppet demons.
Oh my god.
Hi ho! I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul! Swallow this.
Just as violent, just instead of blood, it's all felt and stuffing.
Now here's the question: does Ash's hand become a Muppet too?
Yes. Here's the thing. In Ash versus the Evil Dead, there's a point where there is a demonic hand puppet called Ashy Slashy.
That's right. Forgot about that.
Where it's literally just a little hand puppet of Ash that talks to him.
I'm trying to think of like other good ideas for the Muppets casting.
It's frankly a fantastic, like, obviously there's some movies where it works better than others, but it's hard to find a movie that would not work with that joke.
Rocky. Rocky's the only human.
Just beating the shit out of some Muppets, or getting the shit beaten out of him by Muppets. Either one is hilarious. Have him get into a boxing match with the Swedish chef since he's got real hands.
Jurassic Park.
Oh my! Wait, would the dinosaurs be Muppets?
Well, here's the question: who's gonna be the one human? Should it be Jeff Goldblum?
I'm tempted to say yes. Jeff Goldblum.
Just everything's the same, but Jeff Goldblum still lays on the table sexy.
I'll always love that GIF where it's that like of Jeff Goldblum, but they've cropped in the doctor when he's like leaning onto the Triceratops as it breathes.
Yeah. Or okay, if Jeff Goldblum was the Muppet, who would be the Muppet and who would get to do the pose?
Oh, Gonzo.
Alright, yeah.
I don't know. There's probably a better answer. I just think it's funny picturing Gonzo thinking that's chaos theory. No. It's Beaker.
Yeah. Oh god. I'm trying to think of like I'm just gonna go on my letterbox and see if I can find movies that would fit this.
Who the fuck is I? Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're fine.
But
Alright,
man,
here we go. Clerks.
I want to say Dante is the one human.
Either Dante. Yeah, no, it should be Dante.
Bunsen and Beaker are Jay and Silent Bob.
Who's the old guy who has a heart attack in the bathroom and still has a hard-on erection?
Statler and or Waldorf.
Kermit the Frog is Randall. Dawn of the Dead doesn't work well for this at all. Unless Ken Forey's gonna be the no. If they do Dawn of the Dead like this, Tom Savini should be the only human character. Just fucking slices a Muppet zombie's head in and gets his machete stuck.
A zombie goes in for the bite, and it's just that bit where Kermit like has vampire fangs and bites Vincent Price.
Yeah. Oh man. Jesus, how much crap. We've talked about Silence of the Lambs, right?
Have we?
as like for this like idea.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Just I imagine Kermit like chained up in the fucking mask and straitjacket. I ate his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
He can't do the fucking with his fucking Muppet lips. What about John Wick? Who would be the one human in John Wick? Should it still be Keanu
John Wick. It would still be Keanu Reeves. Just him blowing away at Muppets.
Will Hunting, but Matt Damon's still the only human.
Who would replace Robin Williams?
Fozzie Bear. Fozzie Bear's like, Waka Waka, it's not your fault, son. It's not your fault. Just Matt Damon crying into Fozzie Bear's shoulder.
So
No,
on the topic of Muppets, there is an episode of the Muppet Show that cracks me up.
Which one?
Not in no small part due to who the guest is. It's the episode with Steve Martin,
Oh no.
where basically the whole premise of the episode is they end up having to cancel the show that week, like for that week, and instead just opt to do rehearsals for the rest of the day. But Steve Martin keeps trying to like get them to let him do something because he's already there and wants to participate. So he keeps kind of shoehorning his way back in while they're trying to do rehearsals.
No, Steve, why don't you go home?
Of course, one of the other greatest Muppet Show episodes is when they had Alice Cooper as the guest.
Skill, item, persona, status, quest.
Where at one point in the episode, he tries to get Gonzo to sell his soul to Satan.
Yes, born again Christian Alice Cooper.
It's his persona, you know.
No, I know.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
Do you think how excited do you think Alice Cooper was to be on the Muppets?
Oh, I imagine it was hilarious, like amazing. I'm not to project, but I picture how I would react if I got to be told I was on the Muppet Show.
Alice Cooper's just like Alice Cooper in his like full getup is just like, really? Really? I get to be on the Muppets?
Well, and then eventually, like at the end of the episode, I think Kermit stops Gonzo from signing the actual contract to sell his soul. And after that, like Alice is just left alone in the backstage room. The phone rings and he's like, "Yeah, hey boss, I lost another one." And the phone explodes.
I love it. Alice Cooper's
It's so great.
Alice Cooper's such a bizarre human being to me.
And you know what's really awful?
What?
Disney still hasn't added the Muppet Show to Disney Plus. What the hell, Disney?
I mean, you know they're always gonna be lackluster with that kind of shit right now.
Yep.
They don't know what the people want.
I mean, I think Muppets Now has been doing pretty well.
No, I know that, but like, they don't know what I want.
It's been an unfortunate trend where Disney's never really known what to do with the Muppets, and so they kind of treat that they take that as meaning that no one like cares about the brand anymore, and not that they are just not handling it properly.
I mean, that's every big corporation. They know they're in the wrong, but they'll like try to like adjust the story a bit to make it look like they're just super incompetent rather than they're careless. I mean, that's all right. When I say careless, I mean more like they don't want to get involved with it.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Because incompetent and careless basically mean the same thing.
So I've talked about this in like to this extent, but last year I was in the Disney College program.
Yes.
And what that involved was I worked at Hollywood Studios at Pizza Rizzo, which is this dinky little, like, very cheap personal pizza place next to Muppet Vision 3D in Hollywood Studios. It used to be a very disappointing Pizza Planet before it was Pizza Rizzo. I say disappointing because, like, I don't think anything they could ever build would live up to the actual Pizza Planet.
No.
But that whole area, it's unofficially referred to as Muppets Courtyard. It was actually going to be a whole Muppet like section of the park when they first envisioned it, including a couple different restaurants, Swedish Chef's TV cooking class, and Pandemonium. And those were both like ideas for very elaborate like themed restaurants, but unfortunately, like when things actually came about, they were downsized extensively, where none of those restaurants technically happened. The one that was going to be Pizza Pandemonium became a pretty decent Italian place that's still there called Mama Melrose's, and they like recycled a diet version of that idea for a restaurant into Pizza Rizzo. But there was also going to be a second attraction on top of Muppet Vision, called the Great Muppet Movie Ride, which was a parody of the Great Movie Ride at the center of the park.
Yeah.
And the concept for it was that it would be similar to how like the Great Movie Ride would take you through like famous scenes from cinema and like kind of give you like insight look at it. The Great Muppet Ride would take great moments from cinema, but if they were being made by the Muppets and all the like chaos that comes with it.
Oh god, the fucking.
One of the concepts for that I love is that every ride vehicle would have an animatronic Statler and Waldorf that comment on everything you pass.
Yep.
Oh god, I fucking Hollywood Studios.
It's a mixed bag.
I was about to say something about it. How was the college program, by the way?
I'm glad I did it. I was not paid enough for what I had to deal with.
I mean, yeah.
Keeping in mind, I worked there during the holidays.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually I drank a cup of coffee and I got a skill card, but like, also what?
Kevin has taken a lot.
Coffee is changing your personas.
No, just randomly, I guess?
Kevin drinks a cup of coffee and gets stat points like Persona. Just hops to the next day after that.
Oh, I got an achievement too.
For drinking coffee?
Yeah. Anyways, I'll hang out with Nautica later. I gotta find my good buddy.
I think this is the first time Kevin said anything in like 15 minutes.
I feel
sorry,
bad. We
I
kind of
was
get
just
into
like,
a conversation.
I am in investigation mode. I have to find this son of a bitch so we can get to the dungeon.
It's very
And we were
much.
doing a good job of paying attention somewhat to the game earlier.
Yeah.
It's very much like old demo disc episodes when it's like James and Bruce would just completely take over the conversation. Adam would just be sitting there playing a really shitty game.
Probably, honestly.
Except, we're playing Persona 4.
Maybe.
But in our defense, we haven't seen the actual like fighting RPG gameplay.
Look,
We've been
man,
going through the
here's
visual.
the
novel
problem.
section.
I may or may not have also been looking for a friend who's described as a boy who needs some friends for a fox that will give me some special leaves that will completely heal me and restore my SP.
What?
No time to explain. Let's hang out with this precious child.
Don't touch it, the child.
Don't touch the child. Also, they're taking my data, so.
But no. So again, I genuinely enjoyed my time with the college program. I don't think they make enough to justify the stuff they have to go through, especially with how much you like pay for rent.
Yeah.
No.
Rent is very hard nowadays. Well, now.
No, I don't know. It's a very conflicting thing to describe.
I mean, you can. I mean, that's totally understandable. It's like on one hand, it's like, hey, I'm doing this thing that's kind of cool, and it's got a lot of college credits. Well, you definitely get a lot of credits.
I mean, I was
for it.
graduating at the time, so.
But then on top of it, it's like, fucking job sucks.
I mean, it's a service industry job.
What did I miss?
Where the fuck did I get this sticker?
Hold on one second. The Chase just popped in.
Yeah, he just joined in. Hi, Chase. Everybody, welcome Chase.
Did I miss anything?
Well,
Visual novel parts in Persona 4.
Yeah, I'm playing the game. They're chatting. I have to
Basically,
find somebody. I'm hunting someone down for investigation purposes.
Chase's Lone Night Gaming return, and he shows up like an hour and a half into the stream.
Yeah.
There you go, I return.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
god,
plot
this was the guy I had to talk to. He
He's
wasn't
just been
dressed as the other
Did you
guy.
not see it?
He could have been in the dungeon 2 days ago, in game time.
Oh no. So Chase, would you like to tell the audience of what you've been up to?
Yeah, I'm in the process of creating a second YouTube channel with my additional YouTube channel.
So we got YouTube channels on top of YouTube channels on top of YouTube channels, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that all comes from like the fact that everyone in this stream right now is a content creator.
Yay! Welcome to the Broke YouTubers Club.
I'll have you know that is partially true on my end.
Oh fuck!
It's
I can't.
entirely true on my end.
I have money,
Actually,
but I don't know.
I can't even say that because I can barely call myself a YouTuber.
I have a job and I have money, but I don't know how to spend money well, so I lose that money.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Here's what you do, okay?
Okay.
But you buy a bunch of pork, okay?
Okay.
You slow roast it.
Yeah.
While you're slow roasting it, create a
Yeah.
YouTube channel of how to slow roast pork.
We broke
Gee.
it, ladies and gentlemen. We broke the YouTube game. Until they change the algorithm again, we broke the game.
While we're plugging stuff, I am making some progress in a project I've been talking about before and I'm very excited to work on, where I am going to basically start up a series talking about urban legends, monsters, campfire stories, cryptids, stuff like that. Usually places I can go to, if obviously that won't always be an option, especially right now. The first episode I'm currently working on is on the local legend of my hometown of Bunnyman Bridge of Clifton, Virginia.
I'm excited for that.
So as I get further along, I'll share more details on that. But for now, I'm just excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
Is this the plug-in part of the segment?
Yes, we're sellouts.
Alright, well, since we're looking at Persona 4, or watching him play Persona 4, over at my channel, IMT, I created This Is Not Persona 5.
This is not Persona 5.
Basically, it's Left 4 Dead mods.
Oh,
No, it's Persona 5 mods on top of Left 4 Dead.
I love it.
Oh fuck, that was you.
I miss the days when like that was everywhere. People modding weird shit into Left 4 Dead.
It's still a thing.
I know, but you don't see it as much anymore, like in the limelight.
Oh, you mean like in YouTube style?
Basically, yeah.
Well, I'm actually trying to create like a whole like segment or episodes just based on like random collection of mods for each playthrough.
Uh-huh.
What was it? With not Persona 5, I have like there's a weird like variety of mods that involves shadows. Like every infected is a shadow. and for some odd reason, every map is just incredibly dark. So I'm recreating Silent Hill in Left 4 Dead.
Oh my god, yes.
This is too powerful.
I just remembered one Left 4 Dead mod I always saw. It's a custom map, less a mod. Someone made a map that goes through a recreation of Disneyland.
Yes. I remember seeing
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, this was like years ago, so it's definitely like not a little known thing, but still.
Yeah, I popped up somewhere.
The only Left 4 Dead mod I remembered you doing is it's a music-based mod, and every time the tank shows up, what's the fucking song? I want to say it was "To Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica plays,
Yes.
which is probably the best thing you could have for Left 4 Dead. Just casually taking down zombies, whatever, and then all of a sudden. Then you turn around, oh hey, and it just fucking flicks you across the screen.
Speaking of Left 4 Dead, I think I've mentioned this before. I've recently become like over this like past half a year, I've become really into this game, Dead by Daylight, where basically like it's a multiplayer game where 4 players play as like survivors and 1 player plays as like a horror movie killer, and it's sort of a like game like that.
I've definitely seen that.
And one of the characters that they like over the past few years, like that this game's been running, they've like slowly gotten more crossover deals with different like major like horror properties, and I think it's so cool. One of said like crossovers is Yerbeck as a survivor from Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah,
Where, like-
that part I definitely saw.
Where the basic idea is like the basic idea of the game is like there's this separate space where this like Lovecraftian horror called the Entity plucks people to like throw into this like basically game for its amusement. And so the implication is that when Bill sacrificed himself, spoilers, at the end of Left 4 Dead 2, the Entity just sort of plucked him out of there. And it's kind of fucked up for him especially because Bill basically dies because he stays behind to fix a generator. And now he spends eternity fixing generators to help other people.
Basically. I just want to quickly. I'll get back on Dead on Daylight in one quick second. I just want to say, for mod's sake, I have my favorite Skyrim mod, which is every time you break a key lock when you're trying to pick a lock, it's Billy Madison screaming, "You blew it!" in your ear. Also, back to Dead by Daylight. Gotta love how Ghostface is basically at that point he's completely made for the game rather than the actual character.
Because the trick with that is the mask that we associate with Ghostface isn't actually owned like by the people who own the character. It's owned by a Halloween costume company, because when they made the original Scream, they just kind of went to a Party City or something and bought a like Halloween costume.
Yeah. But I know, I just love I do love how they brought him in still. And
But-
Pyramid Head's there.
Yep. Pyramid Head was their most recent crossover like killer, which was interesting because it was the first like killer crossover character that wasn't from a movie or show. He was from a game.
Ash Williams is there. Jamie Lloyd is there. Not Jamie Lloyd.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah, but as
Laurie
Laurie-
Strode.
Yeah, I was about to say. Jamie Lloyd is very much Danielle Harris from the other Halloween movies.
They've got Steve Harrington and Nancy Wheeler from Stranger Things, as well as the Demogorgon.
Oh, Steve Harrington, you mean the best fucking character in the whole show?
The greatest redemption arc in that show.
It's not quite Prince Zuko, but it's something.
Let's see. They have Ash, like as he is in Ash versus the Evil Dead, as a survivor.
Rip that show, am I right?
I know. Well, and then I'm a little annoyed. Netflix just canceled the Dark Crystal prequel series, Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance.
It didn't even get to season 2.
Nope, no, it did not.
They usually always wait for the second season to cancel a show.
Yep.
It's all because of the data. Does that make any sense? Not really, but
Nah.
I know they have their reasons, but they're still dumb reasons.
Yeah. Let's see. They have for Saw they have the pig, which is actually what's her name? Jigsaw's like disciple chick. I can't remember her name.
No one remembers her name.
No, I normally do remember her name. I'm blanking on it. And then for the Survivor, they have Detective Tapp. I don't know. It's interesting. Sometimes they'll have a killer that doesn't have a survivor, and sometimes they'll have a survivor that doesn't have a killer. One thing that kind of bugs me, and I know why it's like this, because of like the licensors wanted to made this a condition. They have Freddy Krueger, but it's Freddy from the remake, and to go with him, they have Quentin from the remake. You know, everyone remembers Quentin.
No. Fucking. Wait, I just remembered something. Right. I remember I blew my coworker's mind when I told him that the doctor from the first Saw is also the dude from Princess Bride.
Yep, Carrie Elways. Trying very hard to hide his accent.
And my friend was like, no fucking way. He tells me I ruined movies for him, so I keep telling him about each actor who's in what.
Shocking. Actors do multiple things.
He's like, how do you do that? I'm like, I'm a film graduate. I have to. Fucking. Also, speaking of characters in Dead by Daylight, you know who we're never gonna see?
Who?
Jason.
That's something like on their community, they always talk about they want to happen, but it's Jason is so tied up in the bullshit of who owns him that I don't think it's ever gonna happen. At least not for a long time.
Not to mention they have the game, which I ripped to that game too, but
yeah, no one gave a shit about that game. Well, no, people were interested when it first came out, but then it came out.
It just didn't work out. I don't know. Chase, what do you think?
About?
I don't know.
So Chase, do you get a strong feel about how the streams are just from this one episode?
I mean, whenever I described this to someone recently, whenever we're doing a single player game, it kind of becomes a podcast with a game in the background.
We did play Among Us, which was an experience.
I mean, Among Us is just let's play gold.
I think my favorite part of that is still when you took a chance on me.
Oh yeah, and you betrayed my trust.
Where the
How many people did you have?
I think we did 10 people. We tried to do 5 at first, but it kept ending too quickly.
Yeah, there's a whole stream of it, and we were stuck.
I mean, the only players were the 3 of us, and then the rest were randoms.
Yes. Where is this son of a bitch?
Son of a bitch.
I cannot get to the dungeon unless I find this son of a bitch, and I looked it up, and apparently I wasted a day. Because he only appears on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I have to find this son of a gun. Wherever he is.
Oh yeah, circling around to mods. I just sent something in the chat, and this is a screenshot of what we had to deal with.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
I never want to see that in my life.
Something about the idea of living shadows is just genuinely creepy.
Well, it's even more fucked up because, spoiler, just in case if I ever post it, but when you hear the tank music and you can't see anything,
oh god,
you just have to book it.
Oh no.
No.
Actually, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff horror related that's talked about that idea. Why has there never been a horror movie about evil shadows?
The closest we've ever gotten was the movie Ghost.
Like, that's got so much potential as an idea.
Do I really have to look it up again?
Maybe.
I might have to.
Kevin just... We're talking about horror movie ideas, and Kevin's just so fucking lost in this school.
I have to. I'm not lost in the school. I'm looking for the paparazzi guy we arrested because I gotta find more information.
Kevin's not lost in the school, he's lost in the sauce.
Alright, well, Kevin's doing that. I'm gonna step away for a second. I'll be right back.
So
Wait,
Chase,
is it actually just that guy? Let me just go. Is it still this guy? Is it a different paparazzi?
Paparazzi.
You say information gather.
So Chase, tell us about the coffee show you're making.
Yes, the one that you're in it.
Yeah.
Well, we finally came up with a name.
What name did you go with? But I don't remember.
I'm going with Screw It, Brew It.
Ken, what do you think?
Okay, kind man by the trees. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, I had the info! Wait, I don't have the info? But I just got the I got the... Okay, I did that. I picked the first choice.
Yeah.
Wait. Could I have... I'm going into TV just to make sure, and if I had the access this whole time, I'm going to be
You've just
so
been
mad.
wandering around doing nothing when you could have gone in.
I might have been.
Okay, so Jack, so Chase just pitched the name of his coffee show to us.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called Screw It, Brew It.
All right, we're all here.
I like it.
So the premise about the show is that we take items that you don't normally put inside of a coffee pot or just flavors of coffee, and we see what happens.
I'm interested.
So first episode, it's going to be ramen coffee.
I think I've heard about, like, I think either Tim or you have told me about this, and oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna gag.
Okay, no, that's wrong.
I mean, it's
There's
just,
so much wrong with that.
I'm sorry, I was talking about something different.
But there is so much wrong with that.
Yes.
It wasn't like it was chicken flavored ramen, it was beef ramen.
No, it's teriyaki.
Oh.
Was
oh. I remember it was
Oh,
beef, but there
man.
might have been teriyaki.
Okay,
We won't
trade
spoil the
information.
results.
Can I suggest a slightly less disgusting idea for an episode?
Yes.
Of
Ground up
course.
Oreos.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Oh yeah, and Chase, you were talking about how your mod's basically turning Left 4 Dead into Silent Hill. You missed the part of the stream where I was complaining that the only Silent Hill games accessible on PlayStation 4 are Silent Hill Homecoming, Downpour, and the HD collection. You know, the bad ones.
I don't know what you're talking about. Those are classics. Those are classics.
Pickles?
Tommy. Fucking. What do you want to say? I
Let's
was
go
working
to
one
the
day.
school, see if we can...
My coworker came up to me from the produce section. He was like, "Hey Tim, I have a quick question." I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "So, what years were the original Rugrats on TV?" I was like, "Probably like 95 to like 99 or something." And he was like, "Okay, so explain to me why on this jar of pickles we have Tommy Pickles, Angelica Pickles, and Chucky Finster."
Like a new jar of pickles.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
And here's the worst part. They were dill pickles. And guess which character wasn't on the fucking jar?
Dill pickles.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch, it was the school. Sorry.
So my coworker and I were just standing there like, Why is this fucking Jared Dill Pickles have Rugrats characters, and why is that they don't have the one Rugrats character that should be on it?
They don't even rerun Rugrats anymore. There's not even a spin-off as far as I know anymore.
Not to mention, they had Chucky Finster, who's not even a fucking member of the Pickles family.
Well, yeah, but I think that was more just for the Rugrats tie-in rather than...
But like, there's just everything wrong with this.
Some marketing dude was confused as hell.
I just want to know why. But you do bring up the more important question: why Rugrats anyway?
Because again, that show hasn't even been relevant for years. Even All Grown Up was over like years ago.
All grown up. No one cared enough.
No. It was like the antithesis of the "What if these characters were babies" show.
Except
What if
for-
these babies were teenagers?
I swear to God, I wasted a full 40 minutes trying to find the damn information.
Most of this stream has been Kevin trying to find this fucker.
First I was looking for a small child to help him make friends, and now I was looking for information from a guy who never existed. Because the guy I was thinking of is actually in jail. And in the meantime, I had to talk to this big kid who knew everything about Reset.
I have the best informant in the world. He's so good, it's like he doesn't even exist.
Okay.
Does your informant an actual person, or?
Yes.
Oh my god, I got the info. We can actually do a dungeon today.
How long have we been going?
It's an hour for it. Since I think we got like through the story at about 1 hour in. So
And
it's
we've
been
spent the past
42
40 minutes trying to find this dude.
No, I spent 42 minutes trying to talk to the exact right people to get to the stupid dungeon.
But hey, we got through the camping episode.
Hey Chase, I hope you're enjoying this so far.
I'm like off and on.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's the same thing. Just let Tim and Jack do the work. I just play the game, and if you have something to contribute. That's how the stream works.
Oh, but Chase, just to sort of recap some stuff we were talking about earlier. Next month for October, we were talking about a couple things. Mainly throughout October, we're going to make Kevin play Dead Space.
Oh, funny enough, I actually did a session with my friend a while back with Dead Space.
And then also we were talking about all of us playing SCP Secret Lab, if you want to join in on that.
Okay, here's the thing. I've also tried that as well. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever.
Aww.
Understandables.
You have to be of the mind to play it, I'll give you that.
Here's the thing. I have a friend that loves the game, and then I also have another friend that's interested in the lore of no, because he's not like super into it. He finds the most laughable things that are actually real in this weird.
Has he found You Have No Idea How Alone You Are, Garfield?
No, but he did find a weird creature where it's just the inside of an IKEA.
Yes, the infinite IKEA.
I won't say it.
Somebody actually made a short game about that, about the infinite IKEA.
Oh my god.
Why is it always IKEA? And why?
Well, no, so basically, the infinite IKEA, it can happen to anyone entering any IKEA. You'll just find yourself trapped, and at any time, it's outside of time and space, and just happens to be a giant, never-ending IKEA. But it's also got the added thing of its employees are these misshapen monsters that, if they find you, they'll just start saying, "The store is now closed. Please exit the store immediately." And we'll try to kill you.
I don't like it.
Okay, wait, I actually have to go save. Also, during that whole time, I might have spent 19,000 yen to get costumes for everybody.
Jesus fucking Christ, Kevin.
Wait, isn't that
Look.
only like $20?
Maybe, well, not real life. Like, in-game money.
I know, but yen is a real currency.
I know, it is yen in this game.
So isn't that like the equivalent of $20? That's not bad.
Anyways, we're in the strip club now.
Yes, I can see that.
Since I want to say I
Oh,
backed
that-
out. I'm looking at all of our oh wow, we're actually getting real.
We're actually in the combat RPG section. Oh my god, I never thought I'd see it.
It only took us a couple of streams, but
Yeah.
so I backed out and I'm looking at all of our profile pictures. I like that Jax is just himself in front of a roller coaster. Understandable.
Kevin's is an anime avatar.
Chase is a thumbnail from one of his videos. Again, totally understandable. And then there's me.
Steve.
Would
And
you
now-
like to find a
Oh,
picture
wait, yet
of
again.
one of my videos?
What's up?
Would you like to have a picture of you in one of my videos?
Ooh, yes,
Can I
please.
have it as a profile picture?
Maybe.
Alright, let me see if I can find something.
For all we play is Weird Al.
Yosuke's on the warpath. Keep it going.
So what'd you guys think of the Weird Al thing I made?
The what?
What'd you think of the Weird Al video I made?
Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh wait, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. The the sorry,
Umbrella.
the Umbrella Academy thing.
So, for our lovely viewers, I got bored one night and decided to re-edit the Umbrella Academy scene where they all dance to Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now. And I re-edited it to them dancing to the Weird Al parody.
What the fuck is this thing?
I think I'm a clone now. And I made sure I put all the little audio details in, like Diego throwing the knife into the taxidermy fucking buffalo or whatever it was.
But no, it was good editing.
It was fine. It was okay. I think I missed some details, which kind of.
It made me laugh.
I got some simple chuckle out of it. I don't know. I remember when I first heard that song, like that parody, I was like, I know what I have to do now. And I tried uploading it to YouTube, and I immediately got copyright stricken.
Yep.
I don't know by who exactly. But
NBC Universal.
yeah.
Well, the Universal Music Group, to be specific.
You did it, Sensei.
Yeah. Fucking yeah. They shot me down as soon as I stepped foot in the ring.
Yeah, those guys are quick.
Sensei, are you okay? Your health's low.
I just love I love that scene. I love the little trailer they did for Umbrella Academy Season 2, where it's just them recreating it in their homes.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I wanted to add like I basically wanted to make a YouTube poop out of this too. I wanted to add audio of Eager Raptor doing Donkey Kong grunts to Luther dancing.
That's a strong enemy. Don't get hurt.
Have I told you how I love that there is simultaneously a show for Doom Patrol and Umbrella Academy at the same time?
Yes.
Because, for those who don't know, the creator of the Umbrella Academy comics wanted to work on Doom Patrol, couldn't, and then just decided, I'll make my own Doom Patrol.
Basically. And I love that we say the creator of Umbrella Academy as if it's not Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance.
Yes, it's also Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance.
who, by the way, is another guy from New Jersey.
Oh my god. I think I've mentioned this before on the show, I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of James A. Janice, who runs the Dead Meat YouTube channel, who like does a ton of stuff, mainly the kill count, where he basically talks about horror movies with the pretense of counting the kills in them. But really, it's just a pretext so he can talk about like the behind the scenes stuff and aspects of it that he liked.
Of course.
He and his fiancee Chelsea recently did a episode of their podcast where they literally just had like I think it was realestate.com postings for houses that were used in horror movies, and she was describing the details of them and trying to get them to guess what it was from and then how much it cost to buy.
Oh, I love that. Also, go on. No, I can talk to that after.
One of the ones that I thought was funny, just because it involved like some explanation, was the film house used for Amityville Horror. Because for those who don't know, they didn't want the studio using the actual house because it would like kind of interfere with the town itself. So they had to like make a different house look like the Amityville house.
Understandable.
Although the actual house is, last I checked, for sale. It's been bought and sold a few times, and obviously they try to downplay what it is.
So...
I think they changed the windows, actually, because of that.
I don't know why I was thinking about one thing, but I do want to say, speaking of famous movie houses, so you've all seen A Talking Cat.
Yes.
Wait, like the movie?
I know exactly where this is
Cat?
going. I know this story.
So for those of you who are familiar with the movie and the house that the dad and the son lived in.
The dad, played by, Kevin Spacey.
Oh! No.
Oh, and no, that's 9 Lives.
Yeah, I'm talking
Equally bad, but also unfortunately features Kevin Spacey.
I'm talking about the low budget.
Yeah, no, I crossed my cat movie wires.
I still hope you know where this is going.
No, I do definitely know where this is going.
The house they filmed in was on a porno set. It was a porno set, I should say.
Yeah, the house was very regularly used for porn.
Especially we've definitely talked about this on stream before.
I don't think we have on stream.
I know you talked to me about it personally.
But yeah, the fucking the chair that's literally just half of a car that the dad jokingly played her out on. Yeah, Riley Reed's exposed butthole was on that seat. Okay, now moving on to happier news that will make you at least tear up a little bit. So Joaquin Phoenix had his first child.
Aw.
Now it gets better. They had a baby boy that they lovingly named River.
Aw.
And that hurts, but in the good way.
That's great.
For context to Kevin and Chase, 'cause I don't think they know.
River
Joaquin
Phoenix?
Yeah, River Phoenix. That was Joaquin Phoenix's brother who tragically passed away years ago.
Yeah, that's really great. Oh my god.
I remember reading that. I had to like put my phone down because I was trying not to cry.
Shit, I was thinking of something and I lost it.
Mm-hmm. That happens a lot.
Do you guys think it's weird that, like, the past few actors to play the Joker have always gotten a lot of crap when they do? I mean, Leto, it was deserved, I think, but Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix both got a lot of crap when they were playing the Joker.
I think because people just have this expectation for the character, and whenever someone gets picked, there's always this uppity, oh, he's not qualified. When it's like, first of all, it's a fucking clown. Relax.
That's a strong enemy. Don't get hurt.
Like, people, like, take... And this is partly the fault of, like, how the character has evolved over time. People take Batman villains way too seriously.
But they take the wrong one seriously.
Like, literally, the Joker is a killer clown. He throws cyanide pies and has real electrifying joy buzzers.
I mean, the good adaptations of Joker, though.
Yes. And
Fucking-
it's just such a strange thing to like take so deadly seriously.
Like, yeah, he uses toxic gas to make people laugh to death. He should be treated like one of the greatest antagonists to ever exist in the entire world, who must be studied by scholars.
And some people like to say, like, I've heard some people make the argument that like other DC villains are like much sillier than Batman's. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean,
One of Batman's main villains is a rich guy who acts like a penguin, and he has a gun umbrella.
one of Batman's villains squirts ketchup on people.
One of Batman's villain is a person that uses his own weakness against other people. And that is Mustard.
Oh,
Polka Dot Man.
No.
but then like you see people like write off like some of the other like DC superheroes villains because like they're evil they say they're just evil versions of that hero, but that's like very surface level. Like there's been multiple Reverse Flashes, and each one actually has like a very sinister like motivation for what they do.
This one's really strong.
Remember Barry? When you were kissing your girlfriend and you prematurely came? It was actually me when she was touching your
Someone else's turn. 2 enemies left.
I remember watching that, just sitting in my pants from laughter.
Uh-oh. Yuki-chan's showing no mercy.
But like, okay, because I know Quentin in one of his videos talked about it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Flash has the monkey." I'm like, "You mean the genocidal ape that wants to completely eradicate, or at the very least replace humans?"
Well, my point isn't even that you should take all these guys seriously. I'm just saying that like everything about comic book characters is kind of silly, and to pretend otherwise is really dumb.
Like Batman dresses as a fucking bat.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. For once, I actually watched a movie.
No.
You've got to be
And,
shitting me.
Just recently, I just watched Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Uh-oh.
Okay, how many of you have watched it?
Wait, we're talking Justice League War?
Dark Apocalypse War.
Dark Apocalypse War. I feel like I know that one.
It came out this year.
Is that the one?
Oh
where,
no, then I haven't.
It's the one where King Shark fucks John Constantine.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Let's get through this.
That one.
So, it was a good-looking movie, but I really hate the ending.
Yeah.
This'll be a piece of cake for Yuki-chan.
Also,
I mean-
I'm not sure if I should spoil it for this podcast or what.
Spoiler alert.
Well, the good
Spoiler
news is that
alert.
not many people watch this show. The bad news is there's the one chance that that one guy is probably watching, but I know I'm one of the concurrent viewers, so...
Jack, do you care if there's any spoilers?
No.
So basically, they do a flashpoint at the end of the movie.
Oh.
What was the point of the movie if they retconned the entire film?
That's basically every flashpoint.
I mean, well, no. Hold on. The actual Flashpoint actually had consequences.
With this one, basically, Justice League Dark, man, they got most of the Teen Titans and the Justice League back to normal, but it got to the point where if they kept fighting, they were just gonna have to accept defeat regardless. So Constantine tells Flash, you gotta just do it, dude. That's the best we got.
Well, you're half right on that situation. I think like Earth was slowly dying.
Yeah, a lot happens.
I just want to say, like, DC makes a lot of good animated movies, but that does not make them immune from putting out a stinker every now and then.
This one's really strong.
It's funny because a lot of comic fans love this movie because it's actually dark and they actually really go all in.
I hate that. I hate that answer. I really do.
It's like this makes Infinity Wars didn't look like Child's Play.
Are these Snyder fans?
They actually stabbed the shit out of the characters heroes and murder them. And it's
These are Snyder fans.
It's like, y'all gotta calm the fuck down. Go outside, jerk your dick off. Holy shit.
I recently, like, I kind of... So basically, they were talking... I talked to you about this outside of the stream. I was talking about how I saw that Snyder has spent $70 million on, like, new footage for his cut of Justice League. And how I think it's silly that some Snyder fans are still defending that the Snyder cut already existed before this.
It did not.
But I also, like, in response to that, I'm like, from the, like, because some people were talking about, like, how, like, oh, this is gonna be so worth it, like, this is gonna bring such a mature edge, and I just responded to that, yeah, from the guy who thinks that, the characters from The Watchmen are really cool guys.
I think Quentin quoted this in one of his videos. He
had a great
video. He fucking straight up said, like, Zack Snyder thinks it's not dark enough for Batman to be the way he is. He's like, Batman needs to be like raped in prisons and shit like that. And it's like, or you can stop talking.
Like, seriously, the guy's response to this whole book about, like, how, like, superheroes, if they were, like, in something resembling the real world, would be some of the most corrupt individuals on the face of the earth. His response to that was, these guys are so badass.
Like, I think The Boys did a really good job of doing the Watchmen comics justice.
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird, because The Boys is its very own comic, but...
Mm-hmm.
But I think the show definitely does a lot very well with depicting how these heroes would act in the real world.
Now, you know what?
Go on.
You know what's the most telling about my comments that I made regarding that?
What?
One of the responses, one of the only responses I got that was an actual comment was someone just replied, "Fuck you," and then the GIF of Dr. Manhattan blowing up Rorschach.
Wait, where was this?
Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
When was this?
Like a few days ago.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
Let's get through this.
I just, frankly, it just kind of proved my point that that's their response.
Hey, look. Look, y'all. I don't despise the Watchmen movie. I just think it's also a very bad adaptation of the comic.
It's not a good adaptation of the comic.
I don't hate the movie. I can sit down and watch it and enjoy it. I just know in the back of my mind, this is a really bad adaptation. Like, it does all the characters wrong. It fucking completely misses the point.
Well, and you kind of mentioned this. Quentin Reviews did a very good video recently talking about... He touched on the Snyder thing, but it was mostly talking about how DC has kind of forcibly kept the Watchmen alive just so they can keep the rights to it.
Yeah.
Even if it means, like, defying the whole purpose of the book.
Also, what's the deal with Dr. Manhattan in the new show?
I don't know. I need to start watching that, especially after the Emmys. I keep meaning to start it.
Every time I see like pictures of him from the show, I'm like,
He's just a dude photoshopped blue.
like, yeah, I'm like, this doesn't look good.
I mean, but it's also a show. They're not gonna have the budget of a movie.
Okay, but also it's an HBO show.
Also true.
Like, that argument would be fine if it was CW, but this is from the studio that gave us fucking Game of Thrones dragons.
I mean, I'm not gonna say everything the CW/DC shows do looks great. Like, frankly, Supergirl has a lot of very subpar effects. Also, that got canceled, actually. But every now and then they do a really good effect on TV budget. Like, King Shark looks fantastic on The Flash.
King Shark is badass.
But actually, so speaking of which, yeah, for those who didn't know, CW canceled Supergirl as soon as they got the ability to make a Superman show.
There already was a Superman show. It's called Smallville. just want to say, spoiled Game of Thrones for my friend who started watching it. And I didn't even mean to. It just kind of slipped out. Who here gives a shit about Game of Thrones spoilers? And you have to say that now.
No.
I'm on episode 2.
Do you really give a shit?
Well, I'm so far behind, so no, I don't care anymore.
Alright. So, I mentioned the fact that a major character died, and my friend was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the fact that he was only in episode 2 of season 1. And I let it slip that the most hated character within the show's history died.
You became that guy.
So I'm just gonna say the character's name now. Anyway, it was King Joffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Which, he was like, okay, on one hand, I'm happy to know that he does eventually die, but also, fuck you. I completely, it slipped my mind to not spoil the show that most people still haven't watched.
I mean, the show's over. It's been over for a little bit now. If you haven't started watching it, what are you doing?
But also, like, as someone who didn't watch it, but also kind of just knows what happens in it. Because I'm not gonna spend time watching Game of Thrones, but I know what happened.
Yeah. I was the one person in my family who wasn't, like, dedicated to watching it.
I also partially spoiled Attack on Titan for my friend, too.
Oh, come on, dude.
Actually, no, it's not true.
No, I don't mean to send this.
But my other coworker. Okay, so here's what happened. My coworker came up to me. He said, "Oh yeah, Justin just spoiled Attack on Titan." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh man, so you found out Aaron's Titan?" He was like, "You didn't say that." And I was like, "Oh, what?"
Jesus, dude.
I forget what it was he was spoiled on, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
You were that guy twice.
It was funny.
Oh my god. No, I unfortunately do, like, occasionally fall into that pit of, like, I'll start watching a show, I'll get a good ways in. It's not even that I'm not enjoying the show. I'll just have to stop watching for whatever reason, and I'll just keep not going back to it.
Oh god, I think there's like 5 shows I'm doing that with right now. I think
Yeah.
it's 24, The Office, New Girl, and I forget the others. I can't think of what. Oh, Space, which I have to do because we're taking it off of Hulu.
Oh, Kevin, are you in the Satan limo?
Oh yeah, no, this is the Velvet limo. Where
No,
I sold my
I know
soul.
what it is. The guy creeps me the fuck out.
You mean the Pinocchio room?
I said no.
I like this design though. It looks cool. I haven't been in a limo in fucking a long ass time.
A few years ago, my family made a big thing of, like, a bunch of our extended family rented a limo and a booth at a Caps game, like a Washington Capitals hockey game.
Fuck yeah.
But the funniest part of that was one of the people coming along was my cousin Jared, who is just a very, very tall individual. And he kind of had to squeeze his way into that limo. He was way too tall for it.
I'm not gonna lie, I like being in the stands of sports games, but I also love being in those little booths.
It's so nice.
Like, I get the seats, but I also get to sit inside and enjoy some nice food.
Exactly.
Last time I did that was for a college. I think it was like an Iona basketball game. Iona College, I mean. And yeah, no, my brother got us tickets for it, and they had pretzels, like soft pretzel nuggets. They could dip into mustard.
Boiled hot dogs, the classy kind.
Actually, the best stadium, even though the team sucks right now. Met City Field has some of the best booths because you get Shake Shack burgers in the booths.
Ooh.
Yeah, Shake Shack burgers, fries, hot dogs, and milkshakes. You get that, you get peanuts, Bud Light, you just fucking sit out, you get to watch the home team get their asses kicked. By the way, they did today.
Last night, my brother was watching the Lakers game, and every time I see anytime I see basketball on this season, I'm immediately drawn to the giant screen they've got where they're like people are able to Zoom call in for this fee. And
Yeah.
I told my brother, imagine being so desperate for something resembling being at an NBA game that you pay what is probably a sizable fee to go on a Zoom call so you can pretend you're in the audience.
That's what WWE does.
I can't imagine being that desperate to feel like you're there.
You know who did the best thing?
Who?
I brought this up earlier. The Denver Broncos. Oh, I brought up.
Oh yeah. They put out cardboard cutouts of the South Park characters.
Yeah, so it's all just South Park characters throughout the stadium.
Who was it who put a cardboard cutout of Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's?
I want to go with the Phillies. Speaking of sports, the Giants got their asses kicked again. Everybody's ripping on our new quarterback. I'm like, yeah, as if our O-line hasn't been the issue all for the past 5 years. Go on.
The Lakers, like I said, my brother was watching the Lakers game last night. They won the Western Conference game last night. And I will say there is one good use for that screen where they put the Zoom call crowd, because it makes a very quick change for a backdrop when you need to like have something like that for the award.
True. The fucking Lakers.
I don't know. I guarantee the NBA is like cracking up at the fact that just because of the way they handled it, they've been the only major league sport that hasn't had any COVID-related issues.
So
Really?
thanks for joining us tonight on our stream.
No, they did not.
Oh.
No, yeah, I seen the MLB. They did it.
Yeah, the MLB's had issues. The NFL's had issues. NBA, they've been in the bubble. They've been fine.
I think NHL's been fine, all things considered. I don't remember many cases with them.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm sure there's been something.
The fucking... I know the team that the player my sister babysits for made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Tampa Lightning.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, my sister still babysits for that player who has retired.
That's so cool.
And you know what the funny part is too? He used to play for the Rangers. So my sister my sister was at school. She's like, "Hey, so I'm babysitting for this hockey player," and my parents like, "Oh yeah, sure. Who is it?" She's like, Ryan Callahan," and they were like, "What? Are you kidding me?" And sure enough, there she is with Ryan Callahan.
All right, I think Kevin's trying to end the stream. Thank you.
Because I noticed we were like 2:14, so...
We had to go the extra mile.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us while we play Persona 4. We finally got to some actual combat. Thank you, Chase, for joining us.
Where am I?
I don't know.
We're in a TV. It's fine. Don't ask questions.
On this episode of Black Mirror.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.